So I want to tell you a story to start, an anecdote that actually happened to me and was the basis for a lot of this thinking. And the point of this is that I hope by the end of today you understand how to do this for yourself, because it's not an accident. And that's part of what I talk about when I go through this presentation is building relationships is not luck. It's not an accident. It can be a process. As a company, you can have a process to build and nurture, first of all, select and build and nurture the important relationships that'll drive your business forward. So if you are a relationship-oriented business, why don't you have a process for that? So here's an example of what happened to me 20-some years ago. We had a client, so I have, in addition to Civilis Marketing, I have a market research company that I've had for about 20 years, Troy Research, and at that time we were working for various media companies, and one of them was MTV. Back in the day when MTV actually was M, they actually played music. And so we did research to help them figure out what kind of music they should play, what videos they should play. And Bruce was a VP at MTV. So he was a client of ours, and they were probably a $30,000 a year client. And I knew him and he knew me. We had meetings and so on. But it was a fairly, superficial relationship. I was one of a million vendors. He was a bigwig in the industry, worked on Broadway. Then something changed in Bruce's life. Bruce ended up unemployed. Now, I don't actually know whether he quit or was fired, but in the media industry, that's incredibly common. People come and go, you change jobs a lot, and you're out of work in between. Bruce and I had been kind of close, but not very close, but I saw he was out of work. I reached out to him. I called him and said, hey, what are you doing? More importantly, what do you want to do? What are you looking to do? All of a sudden, we were best friends. Because when you're out of work, no one wants to talk to you. When you're the VP at MTV, everyone wants to talk to you, and you don't have the time of day for everybody, so you've got to be sort of aloof. When you're out of work on the couch, no one wants to talk to you. So people that, because they don't want to hire you, and nobody can sell you anything, he has no power. Well, I reached out to him. We became really close friends. We spent a lot of time together talking. Now, I did that because I'd been unemployed myself in my life in the media world, so I just kind of knew where he was coming from. I just felt like, It wasn't a huge strategy for me to do that at the time. It wasn't anything I did on purpose to try to build business. I didn't know, hell, guy's unemployed, right? There's no business here. Then a couple of months later, Bruce got a new job. And he moved to LA and went to work for Sony. And then Bruce was hired to make a difference because he was EVP, he came in there. They don't hire people like that to do the status quo. I want you to have an impact on this business. So he was looking for new ideas. And we ended up doing $5 million worth of business with Sony over the next few years. And it became a model that we've used for 20 years with brand after brand. When we figure out that that's how the industry works in our case, we can build rapport with people when they're in that gap. So we're going to try to talk today about what that moment is in your industry, because it's not the same in every industry, but there is that moment in your industry when you can build relationships with the people that'll matter most to you. In ours, it happens to be when they're transitioning between jobs. And that's how we got on the Inc. 500. Since then, I've realized